Welcome back to another Veracity VRA video. If you have the audacity to short this, I suggest you stick around. Now, you should have shorted it already, but I didn't get to make this video until now, my allotted time frame, etc. Now, this one could be a little bit different, but I think it's the same thing. I think B wave completed already, not A. The whole set of corrective patterns is in there. I think we're going down for C wave basically now. Right. So to a lot of people, this move will look like it's the start of the drop, but it's just a wave D breakout slash fake out wave. Right. So I just posted the idea about Bitcoin, same scenario. Um, Down below, you can see it. I've linked it. Yeah. So basically, what I said in that video is that I was over analyzing the chart, which happens sometimes. So simply put, we had a 1, A, B, C, and D is still forming. D being the breakout wave, the fake out wave, all that sort of thing. Um, well, what's it going to break out of? It's not just going to break out of its, little area here. There's something else we should talk about, right? And this is pretty crucial. Now, will it break out to the point where it goes down and smashes through this level here? Well, it's possible. I'm not going to say it's not because it's possible. D waves are that kind of move, that kind of wave where that can happen. So, therefore, is it the same as Bitcoin in relation to the topping portion, which I really just presented my view on that on Bitcoin? And it was a very interesting pattern that occurred at the top. And yes, I do believe it is completed here. We had an A zigzag up, right? A, and then we had a B, right? This is interesting. C, D, E. That's resistance, right? That area there has become resistance in terms of the move. So you don't have to short from the highs. You can short from this move here. So what's it doing now? I believe it's a similar thing. You had your wave one, you had your A, B, C. I believe it's a C there, and I think D's sort of still completing. So it looks like it will continue higher. And I think this is the part where it gets a little bit funky to the naked eye, is that you have um, basically something that looks like a five-wave move unfolding, right? And then it won't break this high, and it will reverse completely. So you'll get something like an A, B, C, D something, a move higher, and then a complete reversal. That's my opinion. It's just the waves. It's just what happens. Um, Look, it's not something you see every day, but the waves are so obvious, right? They're so obvious. There's too many uh, waves in a row that say this to me, right? It's so very complete. So the correction for wave D happened already. It's done. Now we're just sort of getting ready to drop. So if you don't want to short from the high because you think it's risky, this and that, that's fine. Short from this area, 0.01179, but don't expect it to just go straight down. Understand that it might pop back up, but it won't exceed that level. And if it does, well, you probably will have an early warning that, yeah, maybe I am wrong. Maybe this will go higher. But I just want you to use this level as a guide that if it gets broken, something's not right. And that level is 0.01180 on the KuCoin chart. Okay, so keep that in mind. This correction here cannot go above the start of wave one, and it'll perform some weird type of price action there to get you all psyched up thinking it's going to go up, but then it goes down. All right, let's see if that pans out. I can't say that's 100% accurate, guaranteed money back guarantee, because I don't do money back guarantees here. But I can only give you my best idea, my best type of analysis that I have to offer at the moment, at the time that I post it, based on what I'm seeing, what I'm, you know, thinking, what I'm feeling, you know, because the truth is I was over analyzing this market before. And I understand that can happen to people. I'm not perfect, just a human being like you. And yeah, let's see how we go with this view. And mind you, though, this may not go all the way down to break all these different levels, but we will bounce in wave E, right? Usually you get the same length as wave D, right? It's not like Bitcoin's chart where it's got a very, you know, in close proximity, there's a level that needs to be broken that can easily be broken by Bitcoin, which does that sort of stuff. In this case here, look, it might just go back down to the lows and a bit further. Who knows? It can happen, especially if Bitcoin does. Veracity will follow, but then you'll get a bounce, right? And then what kind of pattern would that create if you use your imagination looking for, head and shoulder type patterns? Probably not going to get anywhere with that. I don't think, not on this chart. Um, Simply because we already had a 1-2, right? Bitcoin didn't have the 1-2, right? We are in the 1-2, right? This already had a prior head and shoulders pattern up here, right? See up here. You see this? This was its head and shoulders pattern. It's a tiny little shit, right? Compared to Bitcoin, right, which is a giant turd, right? So let's just see how this works for the time being, how it pans out. But yeah, all these waves from the beginning of my analysis on this coin are suggesting yes, we are getting ready to move lower. Bitcoin as a backup in terms of analysis, at least write it down back to break the lows at 0.00938, and then you'll get a bounce. Okay, bounce cannot go above the start of wave one, which is basically up right here. All right, we can't go above 0.01484. So, if a bounce goes up high and it does the same shit again, well, you'd want to short that from that spot. And I say that because there are only certain waves can occur in wave two, right? Basically, it's, how can I say it? It's kind of ridiculous in a way. It is completely ridiculous because you had a huge wave one here, right? And then you have this tiny little puny little shitty wave one, right? And then you have all this corrective bullshit happening, right? And a bounce, and then boom, right? Because people will not catch on to it, right? The markets are tricky as shit. You're thinking, oh, it's not sharp, it's not a wave three. Yeah, it's because that part hasn't come yet. It's coming. It hasn't come yet, right? And because people see this type of thing, they wouldn't assume it's coming, right? So this is, through experience and knowledge, that's how I see it happening. People don't suspect anything until it's too late. So I'm trying to give you kind of the roadmap to when that could happen, and we still have a couple of waves left. Basically, two to be precise: wave C and wave E. Now, wave C in brackets of wave D, right? This is an RES wave thing. If you want to learn it, let me know, and we'll go through it, right? Uh, I do offer coaching services. That's the only way you're going to learn. But if you're interested, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching.